I decided to stick with volleyball because I knew that from the start it was a team sport. It wasn't just me, and I had to count on all 5 other people on the court with me. And I also felt myself grow confidence throughout it all. I wasn't necessarily a shy kid, but I grew up with siblings that all played a sport, and I wanted to do something that felt like it was mine. My name is Payton Rolfsen. I am a volleyball player, and I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I think that working with a team at a young age is important because it teaches you how to work with other people from a young age, and I was able to see my strengths very quickly and how it combined well with other people's strengths. And I think that the most important part about playing with the team is that every single person has their own leadership role. And I was able to see my leadership role from a very young age, as well as other people's leadership roles. And just being able to work with people is, I think, one of the most important things in this world, because you're gonna have to do it even after sports. One of the moments that sticks with me the most, I was in 8th grade, and I was super excited after one of my volleyball practices, and I had a spoon in my hand, and when I got home, I was eating ice cream, you know. And I got home and I was telling my parents all about it, and I jumped up super high and I hit the ceiling fan and I sliced my hand open and had to go get stitches. And I think that moment right there showed me how important volleyball was to me, because I had a very big tournament that weekend and I was so fixated on getting these stitches out, healing up super quickly. And I think for me that was my first moment where I realized, okay, volleyball is super important to me. Just remember having to tell my coaches what was going on and having to tell my team, and thankfully I was back before that weekend, but that was a very stressful moment for me as an 8th grader because I just wanted to play with my team. My passion for volleyball came through many different things. Growing up, I had an amazing club staff that just wanted to see me succeed, and through their passion and through their drive to make me better, I constantly wanted to get better. I knew that I wanted to play at a college level at a very young age. I think when I hit high school is when that pressure really hit me, especially during COVID, when we had that really long break where we were, in isolation, and playing college volleyball was constantly on my mind, because before COVID, I was already talking to college coaches, whether that was for beach volleyball or for indoor volleyball. And then when COVID hit, those conversations died down. I didn't want that to be the reason why I was like, oh, well, guess college volleyball is out of the picture, because it's really easy to just kind of give up on a dream like that when you have something like COVID happen, and it just kind of takes away a lot of time from doing what you love. But there was absolutely no other option for me to just give up. I wasn't gonna let that happen, and the people around me weren't gonna let that happen, because I worked too hard to get where I was, and I knew that I had so much more to go. When I signed that letter of intent, that was probably the most relieving feeling that I've ever felt. It felt like, it wasn't just me that got to this point, but it was also the people that helped me get to that point. And I think it was just a feeling of gratitude that I felt. I knew Asheville was the right fit for many different reasons. I got extremely lucky, and every single day that I come to campus, I remind myself of what a blessing it is to be in just a community with great people. Right when I kind of hit that breaking point of, yeah, it's time to hit the portal, that was a very scary moment for me, because I had no idea what I was walking into. I didn't know what opportunities were out there, or if I was going to get any opportunities. That's kind of the risk that you take with jumping into the portal. And I love my coaches so much. And I knew them because they were the previous coaches at a school that was in my conference. It was literally 4 days after being in the portal, and I get a phone call, and it's Coach Morante. And I had no idea that it was Coach Morante at the time. I actually had to look up the roster and who the coaches were of the school that was calling me, which is UNC Asheville. And I was on the phone with her and I was like, wait, what are you doing here? I was like, weren't you just at this school? And so after that phone call, that weekend, I came on my visit, and they really sold it to me. From that first conversation that I had with them, I could already feel the light coming back into my eyes after really just not enjoying volleyball my first 2 years. And that was so crazy experiencing that, because after just one conversation, I knew that I was gonna be okay here. I remember driving down 20 and I was just smiling my little smile off, and I was like, I gotta call coaches. And I called them and I was like, yep, I commit. And so it was literally 20 minutes after leaving campus, it was a no-brainer for me. Asheville, since the first day I got here, it's done a lot for me. I knew I had a lot of things I had to work on, not just on the court, but with my own personal self. I had a lot of confidence that I had to get back because a lot of it was lost. I was very, very close to not playing volleyball ever again. And so coming here, that was one of those moments again where it was I decided to be here. Now I have to work and give my 100% for everything that I do. I'll never forget my first home game here. I was a very anxious mess. And I still got through the game. I didn't play as terribly as I thought I did. But watching that leap from that first game to where I am now, it's really just crazy to think about. Because I think I am my most confident self now, which a year ago I was not. Again, I think that's why I give so much credit to my coaches and my teammates. Because number one, my teammates, they put all their trust into me. And so knowing that they put all their trust into me, that's a constant reminder of, okay, I gotta do what I came here to do. I have to do my job and I have to focus on my job. And I just have to be the best overall person that I can be for them. And then my coaches, I mean, they're the first ones that put their trust into me. They're the first people that knew about me here at Asheville. We've all stuck together, and I see that with my team a lot because it's really easy for when something crazy to happen for a team to just fall apart. Yet we stuck together like glue. And I think that goes for the community as well. When we came back from the hurricane, everyone was just so excited to be back. And yeah, I really love it here. I love the community, I love the people. For my team, I want to be known as the person that did give it their all, and someone that they could count on when times were hard. Someone that they could lean on when things didn't go their way, or when it just felt really easy to give up. For my coaches, I want them to also remember me as someone that gave it their all, and someone that truly trusted their process, because again, I wouldn't be here without them. They're two very important people in my life. And then just with the community in general, I just want them to see me as someone that left it better than it was found. Yeah. My name is Payton Rolfsen, and I'm all in Asheville.